Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is Rakdos Treasure Midrange. It is one of the more popular decks, certainly in the standard 22Q. I personally don't think it's all that good, which is part of why it's been this long before I made a video on it, and the games in this video will show that I have not had much luck playing this deck. If I'm doing something horrendously wrong, please let me know, but this is essentially the deck. You have these cheap creatures which you sacrifice to get treasures using Deadly Dispute, and get other value with Skullport Merchant to draw cards off of them, and then those treasures ramp you into Orcus, Goldspan Dragon, and Blood on the Snow. Landing a Goldspan Dragon on turn 3 or 4 is usually a very large threat that your opponent has to deal with. Sometimes it just takes over the game, because Goldspan Dragon is that good of a card. A lot of these things are just going with the treasure theme. These two both make treasures on ETB. Kalain makes your creatures bigger when you cast them using mana from treasures, which can be pretty sweet. Shambling Gas makes treasures when it dies. Eye Twitch, of course, learns. We have the learn board over here, standard stuff. Frostbite, because we're playing red and we want to remove small creatures so we can attack better. Got some Village Rites to also draw more cards. It's pretty much the deck. I have two Dens of the Bugbear to have some creature lands going for us, and it gives us extra bodies that we can then sacrifice to Dispute and Village Rites, so that's why we choose that one over the Black Manland or Faceless Haven. Valky, of course, can also be a top-end Planeswalker, which is most of why he's here as a 2-mana 2/1. He is not fantastic. That's the deck. Let's go try it out. Okay, not a lot going on in this hand, but we have an early play, plenty of lands, and stuff to win the game later, so I think we'll take it. Our Ghast might be able to slow down the opponent or ramp us into these, so we should be alright. Okay, nothing but land, seems fine. Don't need to reveal to our opponent that we are Rakdos just yet. It's possible we'll want double red next turn, so we can get that down now. Our opponent very much mono black. Could have gone for the Predator here, but I think we can hold off for a turn. Lolth, okay.
You could have such power, but you are too. I will code.
So here I think we cube one of the tokens and then attack down Lolth. Yep, seems fine.
It's insufferable.
Has Menace, we can't block it. Have their own Ghast. We do have to watch out for Blood on the Snow, but they need a couple more snow sources before they can get Lolth back. This looks like as good a time as any to get a Goldspan out. Flunk, sure. All in, I think we are the beat down here. My Twitch chumps. We can 2-for-1 to take out their Spider here. Don't think the treasure gets us too much in this position. As we have plenty of mana. If they have the untapped land, that mascot exhibition is going to be a pain. But the Predator gets through it. Don't really want to trade this cube, so I think we'll just say go. Predator also gets around Blood on the Snow. Doesn't get around Flunk though, so hopefully they don't have more of those. Warlock class, alright. Ditches a Professor Onyx. Whatever they took must be pretty good. Alright, we'll use our dispute then. And get nothing good. Yep, take one for that. Skullport Merchant can find us some gas. Well, is gas. Let's get rid of the Lolth, as now they have enough snow sources to get it back with a Blood on the Snow. Let's take a draw here off a treasure, see if we find something. That can wait for next turn. Okay, they are Warlock combo. Let's just Frostbite that. Don't need to take 4 here. Yep, so we lose 2. We'll take another draw. Let's see, 2 gold spans should be enough, right? Yes, exactly enough. And that is 12 in the air, so even if they have the Scourge to kill us next turn, we got them. Bit of a lucky draw getting 2 gold spans, but Skullport Merchant was bound to get us something good. That's not great, but we have lands and spells. Can't ask for too much more than that. Only one black source with these 3 is a little awkward. But at the moment we don't have anything else to do on turns 1, 2, and 3. Should be alright. Start with a Ghast. Maybe it can ramp us. Let's get our tapped lands out of the way here. I think we go for this one over the Bugbear, since we're not getting the mana out of it anyway. We might find use for 2 black sources next turn, and we do. Opponent still has nothing. Let's try and slam some more eye twitches. If they end up verdicting, we are in a bad spot. But that's still 2 turns away, and a black source. See, they can't block with Haven because Hall of Storm Giants is not a snowland. And if they do just Verdict here, we have Bugbear to follow up. I don't see any reason to play out this Ghast. And if they don't verdict, we keep pecking away. Mind Flayer, sure. You want one of my 1/1s? Yeah, you should probably take one of the flyers. I wonder if they have anything to learn for. Let's see. Orcus here, X1 is kind of interesting. It lets us learn twice. But I think the right choice here is just to power up Bugbear and attack all. They can trade it with the Mind Flayer, but then we get our Eye Twitch back and we get the Goblin. Let's go for it. If they block the Ghast, they're taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah. They might still have Verdict. Or Blood on the Snow now. Yep. But now Mind Flayer is just a 3/3, and I get all these triggers. Get a treasure. Get a mascot exhibition. Get a, what do we think here? Pest summoning seems alright. Wish I had more mascot exhibitions here. And they probably have planeswalkers, so we'll grab Confront the Past just in case. Alright, we're up to 6 mana here, or 5 if we play the Bugbear. We can Orcus X2 to get 2 Eye Twitches back, which is kinda decent, but that uses the treasure. Or we can Orcus X1 to get 1 Eye Twitch back. Or we can just slam Orcus as a 5/3 Flampler, which is not bad either. I think Orcus X2 is the play. We don't need to be in a rush to get the mascot exhibition down. What do they have here? They need to deal with Orcus. Alright, that deals with Orcus. Should have got Necrotic Fumes, I suppose. Because that is a lot of Mind Flayers. Can always let them block an Eye Twitch. Go get Necrotic Fumes to play it this turn. And that's our whole turn, but I think that's okay. So this one, just before they have the ability to counter it. We have the Bugbear as well, in case they have another way to remove Orcus or sweep the board or something. If I trade here, they won't use their sweeper, so no blocks, make them use it. Yep. Now let's see. We can Kalane Ghast, which isn't very good. We can trade our Bugbear again, which also isn't very good because then we can't mascot exhibition. So I think it's Kalane into Ghast. And having Ghast as a 2/2 means it can attack into the Mind Flayer, so we'll pay with the treasure.
Apparently, I can
4/4 acquired. We do have removal for the Mordenkainen, so we're not too afraid. And Cube can get rid of the dog. Let's see, we need to do this for 3. So then we can't also cube. Let's see. This turn, just slam Mascot Exhibition's probably our best bet. But then they get to plus their Mordenkainen, which is not great. Let's see, we can Pest Summoning and kill Mordenkainen, which is probably our best turn here. Alright, they don't have any counter spells. No, we only need X2. So yeah, we could have cubed. That was a miscalculation.
You're a fool if you think I'll stay.
Okay, our opponent has their own eye twitches. Interesting. Oh, they have the full treasure package. Curious that we haven't seen that until now. Okay, let's go for the exhibition. See if that last card in their hand is a counterspell. It is. We get to kill their dog though, which isn't bad. No good attacks here, so we'll pass. They sacrifice their eye twitch to get their own Mascot Exhibition and draw a card, and then we're probably losing. Confront the past to get back their Mordenkainen. Interesting. I definitely would have gone for Mascot Exhibition there. Yep. Another dog, sure.
My faithful hound.
Can I get a gold span, please? Would be delightful here. No, a cube will do, though. Don't have enough black to play both of them. It's a bit unfortunate. Let's see, what are we removing with the cube? Probably the Skullport Merchant, because it lets them draw more cards. Assuming it resolves anyway. It does. Also, now we can at least attack with the Ghast. Interesting, they don't sack anything. And any other attack is throwing things away. We could go face here so that we could top deck a gold span to win. I guess having them create another dog isn't that big of an issue for our plan, so let's go face. If they trade with the dog, we get a treasure, which makes our next creature better with Kalain. Also, the treasure means we could cast the other cube now. But I don't want to give them the chance to get their Skullport Merchant back. Though the other cube is almost certainly lethal unless they find another sweeper. They can power up 1 manland, which blocks 1/4/3. We haven't seen any spot removal from them yet, but we haven't seen that many cards in general, except the Mind Flayers or spot removal. Let's play conservatively. Don't need to be in a hurry to cube this 3/3. If they minus the Mordenkainen, they only get a 4/4 maximum. If they use their cards in hand, it becomes smaller. If they drew a spot removal spell, then dissolving with the cube on end step is a mistake, but I don't think that's terribly likely. Alright, that resolves. Now we have enough mana to cube a blocker and attack with Bugbear. So then they have 2 blocks because they can power up a manland, so then they take 3, and they trade with 1 cube and eat the other one. Or no, then they take 6 and they're dead because of the Bugbear. No, they block the Bugbear. This cube does not have haste. So they still take 4 because of the 1/1 here. Then they're down a blocker. They're down to no creatures on board. And we lose the ooze. Seems fine, let's go for it. What do you got, opponent? Unfortunately, we don't have any way to do 2 to face. Unless we top deck another Orcus and we can give things haste, or a gold span, of course. All in, see what you got. Yep, block with a Storm Hall. Still have 4 mana up. The Goblin will also attack face. And now we hope they don't have another sweeper. They get a pretty good look at one with Mordenkainen in here. But I think that's the only way they survive here.
Leave me be. I'm reading.
Uses the treasure. Interesting. Another sweeper, sure. Gets back another Mind Flayer. Oh, the Skullport Merchant. Interesting. Guess it's just as effective a blocker. 3 blood on the snows in the top 21 cards is pretty unfortunate for us. And Frostbite is nothing here. They want their Eye Twitch to die anyway, I'm sure. They were protected from the gold span anyway. And the Orcus, because we only have 2 Eye Twitches down there. So they could block a Ghast and 1 Eye Twitch, they'd go to 1.
One must first.
Now I think we've lost this. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we get through that. Let's just call it a game. No turn 1 play and kinda low on lands, but Deadly Dispute should fix whatever problems we have. The Mire definitely helps the land situation. Here's Kalain. And dies, of course. But we still get the treasure out of it. think if we put either of these out, they just die to another Frostbite or Dragon's Fire or something, so I think what we want to do is Deadly Dispute this treasure. Which hopefully makes them waste this turn cycle. Yep. Wasted turn acquired. Foretell, okay. Resolves. Okay, we find our land. Again, we could go for a Predator, or we could go for Valky and get a look at their hand. Then we can dispute the Valky if they try to kill it, so I think that's the play. They might just see it coming. Nope. Okay, this is Dragons. They have two different ways to kill it this turn, so I'm sure... Well, they'll probably use the Dragon's Fire here. They don't have the mana for a Prismari command. And then they're a bit low on land. No, they don't kill it. Interesting. Does this crush the weak then? Or do they really want the treasure from Prismari command? They do really want the treasure from Prismari command. So we'll take our draw. And now they're tapped out for our Goldspan. Well, no, they get the treasure. So they can hold up if they saw it coming, if that is what's left in their hand. But I think we've got enough threats here that we should be good. With 2 cubes, 2 predators, and a Goldspan. The Magma Opus here holds priority, so they might not have anything. Their Dragon's Fire can kill our Goldspan, but we get the treasure out of it. Yep. That's fine. Now they slam their Goldspan, we cube it. So one more land and they can Magma Opus, which is a bit of a problem. Can cube it twice if that is a counterspell. Nope. And play the tapped land here. We don't have enough mana to do anything else anyway. It's an Epiphany, sure. So now a land, and they Opus our cube, which is unfortunate. But if they had the land, I think they would have made that play already. Yep, so Dragon's Fire, fine. We'll Frostbite one of these birds. Let's see, they can still Opus with their treasure because Goldspan's OP. Let's not take this damage. They don't do it on upkeep though. It's probably a mistake. So here's a cube. Though they can do it after we target their Goldspan, which is probably smart. Though we can target the bird and then play our Predator. If we target the dragon there, they just get it back with their Opus, so we target the bird. Do they really want to hold on to their treasures? No, here comes the Opus. Tap both, hit ace. Okay. Yeah, that's lethal. They have 2 4/4s, we're down to 7. Okay, this hand should be fine. Got the gas down. Probably nothing to do on turn 3, so that's when we'll use our Mire. Okay, Frostbite's a good card in this matchup. They are most certainly the beatdown, so we'll hold back our Ghast on Frostbite, their 2-drop, hopefully. Okay, do you attack here? You shouldn't. Yep. And we'll take the Monk, I guess, because the Ghast can still 2 for 1 for the Usher. Let's see what you got. Blade Historian, Spellbinder. Well, don't care about the Spellbinder. We'll take the Historian. Probably should still hold that Ghast back, but oh well. If they maul the Usher, holding it back wouldn't help. Yeah, they do go for the maul, which makes this cube a lot better. So that makes their next turn very bad. So now they just play Spellbinder into nothing. Yeah, they're done for. Yeah, Mono White's a pretty good matchup with all our removal creatures. Alright, this is fine. Have Eye Twitch into Dispute, which should find us more lands and get us into our top end. Our opponent does nothing turn 1, like to see that. Green-White Magecraft, okay. We'll probably want to jump with this Eye Twitch here, in case they want to make a ginormous Light Scribe on turn 3. Nope, they're going to go a bit wider. And they gain trample anyway, so blocking does nothing. See, hopefully they don't have too many of those tramplers, so maybe Pest Summoning can hold them back a bit. Alright, there's some more 1/1s. So we can go for the Merchant here. I don't think Predator is very good until we have things to make it indestructible. Or we could go for Pest Summoning and one of these to make a whole bunch of blockers. But that is just jumping. I think we probably want to get Goldspan down next turn. Let's go for the Merchant. And we can also have a 1/1 here and still play Goldspan next turn. Because we get another treasure. Go for the Ghast. see, are they going to kill me with 3 mana if I don't block this Light Scribe? I don't think so. Alright, they do have more trample. Alright, they don't quite kill me, but they get very close. And let's see. They have to have no more trample or we lose anyway. Goldspan here doesn't help much. Though I guess we can Goldspan into Pest Summoning and Eye Twitch. So if we're going to do Pest Summoning Eye Twitch anyway, might as well have a Goldspan. Don't think they have other ways to give trample. They might have ways to get protection from black, which screws us, but there's only so much we can do about that. Okay, they're going to start going wide. Do they have another charge through? Perhaps. Let's try and kill the Lumimancer. If they do have another charge through, there's nothing. None of our blocks stop that. Right, if they do it here, then this becomes a 5. No, and this becomes a 4. So if they do have another charge through, then putting all 3 of these in front of the Light Scribe stops it, but then we lose next turn anyway. So I don't think we can play around that. Snakeskin Veil. Sure. Gain 2. So we can play the other Goldspan and a Predator. Is that enough to save us? Then we have 2 blockers against their 5 attackers. Almost certainly not. 100% certainly not. Because these 3 add up to 4, and that's the lowest it could possibly be. So we're done here. Alright, not much draw or top end here. But Eye Twitch sorta counts, and we do have plenty of draw and top end in the deck. Looks like mono white again. Yep. Shambling Ghast can often get a 2-for-1, so we'll go for that. Easy block. If they boast, we kill it. Alright, yeah, we don't really need the treasure here. There's a Goldspan, so we won't be using the treasure from Kalain for an Eye Twitch. We want to ramp out Goldspan. Maybe in light of that, Valky was a better play there. Alright, we don't get to Goldspan anyway. Though if we'd played Valky, they might not have had that Spellbinder. I think it would be very foolish for them to take anything other than Goldspan. They take Valky. Interesting. Blood on the Snow should be a good draw here. No attacks, I'd rather have a 5/5 Goldspan. Do not pay with treasure. Side Twitch will probably just trade with the Spellbinder. Monk, yes, play more creatures into my Blood on the Snow, please. Alright, never mind, I don't get to Blood on the Snow. Or maybe now they take the gold span. Now they take the gold span. But they still don't have any good attacks. Happily trade this so I can get it back after the Blood on the Snow. And I think we just get Sciences here to make sure we have the mana for Blood on the Snow. Let's see, we can Valky here, or we can Sciences Ghast, which is just as good, I think, and guarantees Blood on the Snow next turn. Ghast is nice because it can block the Monk and kill the Spellbinder. Don't use the treasure. It's kind of annoying to make it do that. It will always want to pay with the treasure. You have to carefully manually pay. Or maybe they have a third Spellbinder and we won't get a Blood on the Snow after all. No, they play the Clarion Spirit into the Blood on the Snow. Okay. Putting a lot of faith in this Faceless Haven, I guess. Okay, now we can't kill the Spellbinder, but we're going to Blood on the Snow anyway. So now that just means we make the treasure with our Ghast. Guess we might as well attack. Sure. Destroy all creatures, pay with 4 snow. And somehow they did not see that play coming, and that is too much for our opponent. Okay, Blood on the Snow is a heck of a card. Alright, on the draw, it's a bit slow. Unless we get to Frostbite something turn 1, then we're in pretty good shape. We hope Valky hits something. But let's try it. Opponent takes a mulligan. Domri Avatar, green sleeves. I imagine they are playing some sort of green creatures. Snow-covered forest turn 1, seems to be right. And Intrepid Outlander. Okay, can't frostbite that just yet. Let's see what's in their hand. Here's Valky. Valky will die to Blizzard Brawl. And then they can cast whichever one of these they want anyway. Masked Vandal doesn't really hurt this deck. They can kill a treasure sometimes. But I'm 99% sure this turn will just be Blizzard Brawl Valky and cast their Werewolf. Yep. Werewolf as a 2-drop trades with Orcus, which is rather unfortunate. Play the Mountain, so maybe these Frostbites will get turned on next turn. This double Frostbite here, it looks much better than playing Orcus. They don't quite trigger pack tactics, so we're doing okay. Dryad in green aggro. Interesting choice. We do find the Snowland, so we are still in this. I guess we'll kill their creatures on upkeep in case they run Snakeskin Veil. so now they're down to 2 creatures with 1 power each. They find Ranger class, which is rough. But bought us enough time to get our Goldspan Dragon down. Which means next turn we can cast a good Orcus to wipe away the rest of their creatures. Now they sack the Dryad. Interesting. Yep, just level up Ranger class. They can Vandal to kill this treasure. But it doesn't matter, we can still Orcus X3. Which gets rid of both their creatures on board. They do not have anything holding priority, so we don't have to worry about Snakeskin Veil. Green currently does not have hasters. So we go to 5, and we are looking pretty good. Okay, Vorinclex, which is an 8/8, so we are not looking pretty good. We still die. Delightful. Very unfortunate last card for them to have. Gets us exactly dead. On the draw, 2 of our sack to draw spells, but nothing we really want to sack. And only 2 lands. I think we can do better. That should be better. We'll pitch a dispute, I think. Maybe it should have been Frostbite. It's not good in every matchup. Our opponent's playing Orzhov Treasure, mid-range nonsense, so Frostbite is at least decent there. With their Kaya sleeves, so I'm sure they're playing the 4 of Kaya version. Okay, if they just have Kaya in hand, we lose. They do not. Now we get to take their professors, so they can't learn. Though they can sack their Ghast to kill Valky. Which means we should block the Ghast. Then they get the treasure. Do we care about the treasure? Yes, because they have the merchant. Make them pay mana for it. Yep. Skullport Merchant having 4 toughness is pretty huge. They grab Mascot Exhibition. Let's kill their professor before they have the chance to dispute it. We get our own merchant, not too bad. Though if they just have 2 lands, they can Mascot Exhibition next turn. They use their treasure. Interesting. Inverse our merchant. They do not like that. And they have an Eye Twitch. That is altogether too much gas. Let's get our own Mascot Exhibition. Okay, and there's a Kalane. Next turn we can also make a really big Orcus. If they go for Exhibition here, and then we can Orcus X4. They do not go for Exhibition. go for another merchant, so we probably still want to Orcus X4. Because that also just gives us a really big Flampler. And we can get the eye twitch down as well. Alright, they grab Introduction to Annihilation, presumably to take care of our 8/6 Flampler. But we get a card out of the deal. And it takes almost their whole turn. Den of the Bugbear is a decent draw, but we can't play it and Mascot Exhibition. I have a feeling they're holding back the Mascot Exhibition because they want to Blood on the Snow, but if we just play Den of the Bugbear tapped here, we're wasting our turn. Yep, there's the Blood on the Snow. It's fine though, we get another Mascot Exhibition. Draw with the Merchant, fine. Get our Bugbear down. There's some more tokens. Be nice if we could draw our own Blood on the Snow here. Dispute, huh? Oh, the Bugbear doesn't do much here. Let's dispute away the 3/2, see if we can find something better. 2 lands. Love to see it. And now we're passing. And they can draw off of all of their things because Skullport Merchant is a card. We are at 11, so I believe we have to take the blocks here. Spellbinder into our 2-land hand. Give him a nice there. And we draw another land. That's enough. Sure, that's a lot of card draw. Up against mono green. See what's in their hand. Only one other creature. 2 removal spells, 1 Snakeskin Veil, sure. See, this Shambler is their only creature for now. I think we'll save the Valky though. We might rather get the draw out of it. Alright, they find the Ranger class anyway, so trading there would have been not great. Play our tapped land, plan to either Rights or Dispute here, since they'll probably power up Ranger class and Blizzard Brawl the Valky. We'll wait for them to use the Blizzard Brawl. Yep, and we'll do the one that gives us the treasure. Since it's unlikely we draw a Frostbite here. Yep. Blood on the Snow can help. Take 5, ouch. Here's Kalane. Got another blocker and some more treasure. We'll probably just jump and Rights or Dispute here. Since neither of these have trample, we're in a fine spot. They might Inscription to fight the Kalain, so we don't get the block. No, they let us get the block. They can Inscription here to put 2 counters on the Shambler to get some more damage in. Otherwise, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Yep. That's fine. I draw 2 more cards. And make another treasure. If they have a land for that Froghemoth, we're in trouble. But otherwise, I think we're okay. Oh, we can get Valky back and take the Froghemoth. And then they still need another Snow Source to power up Faceless Haven, which hopefully they won't have. They do have another Snow Source, which is unfortunate. But we can trade Valky and a Frostbite for the Faceless Haven. And then they still need another land to cast the Froghemoth, or no, because they have Snakeskin Veil, so we can't Frostbite that anyway. So I think we just have to take the 5 here. Or we could give them their Froghemoth back and get the rights. Alright, that seems okay. We don't really want to go to 5. As if they cast their Froghemoth next turn, it's not that much worse for us than just attacking with Haven again. Alright, Shambling Ghast can block some things. Especially if we make it a 2/2 off of Kalain. Here's Goldspan as a 6/6. Which does not... It trades with their Haven at the moment, which is not really where we want to be. I think we want to start racing. Let's see, actually we want to play this Ghast as a 1/1 so we can hold up Dispute. Go for the Froghemoth. Attacks and becomes a 5/5. Here I think we take it. Yeah, or we could jump with Kalain, which isn't phenomenal. Yeah, we'll be able to block with Kalain on something that doesn't have trample. So we'll hold it for now. We have 2 creatures in the graveyard, so that becomes a 7/7, which is a bit of a problem. And they still have Snakeskin Veil up, so we can't really even remove it. Oh, and they gain life too. Froghemoth is a pretty cool card. Okay, that's 2 more blockers. Skullport Merchant actually has enough toughness to be relevant. We still need to keep hitting them with the Goldspan Dragon. That's our only way out of this, I think. So here's Skullport Merchant as a 4/7. Here's an Eye Twitch, Auto Pay, and a Ghast. I think we need all the toughness we can get here, and we have plenty of mana, so we'll keep using the treasures. they have an inscription here, I think we lose. It's an 8/8, it can go to 9 if they veil. I think we just throw everything behind it. Because we do have 9 power here. If they do have the inscription, it's not enough anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter how we block if they have inscription, because they take out the merchant. No, then we have 6 toughness left. They can inscription and snakeskin veil, which makes this an 11, which gets 5 through. If they do indeed have inscription. If they don't, then I think we're in a good spot. Come on, opponent. What do you got? You've got something here. It is the inscription, so they're just wasting my time. Okay. Back up to 21. Do they see that they have to put the snakeskin veil on it? No, they do not. So they miss lethal. And Mascot Exhibition is not big enough to deal with that frog, so we need to get, well, we can get Necrotic Fumes, but now they have Snakeskin Veil anyway. So I guess it has to be Mascot Exhibition, and yeah, go for it. That is now a 14-14, and there's nothing we can do about that. Let's see, Mascot Exhibition is only 7 toughness, plus 4 is 11, which is... we could throw everything we have behind it, which I suppose is not losing right now. But then they also power up Haven. We'll make them do it. Now we can't attack with the dragon. So much removal.